talk about a hidden gem? The Vista Gardens is a wonderful Kitsap County resource that deserves more attention. And here to acquaint us with the Vista Garden now is Baki Kopelman, the new executive director. Baki, give us the short history of the garden.
Well, Vista Gardens is really a passion project. This property was purchased by John Albers and his wife, Santisa Markovina, back in the 1900s, as it were. But it became a public botanical garden in 2007 when they first formed their nonprofit, the Albers Markovina Vista Gardens Foundation. And the idea behind that was making sure that there was a public space focused on sustainable gardening and landscaping practices, where it could be an educational resource and just a place of beauty for people to come visit.
Kitsap gardeners, not a lot of them know about this place, and I know you have plans to change that. So what is going to be different with the visitor experience now?
One of the first things we did was identify the difference between the nonprofit foundation and the gardens itself. So we've rebranded the gardens as Vista Gardens to simplify the name and make it more accessible on a map so people know what they're getting into. And some of the big changes are we have more open garden days. Right now for fall, we're open on Thursdays and Saturdays from 10 to 12. But what that means is we're accepting visitors from 10 to 12, but you can hang out in the gardens as long as you would like while you're here. Additionally, we have more tours and workshops, and we have events that we're planning. And as we continue to grow, our real goal is to reach out beyond the fence line of this garden and engage with community members in other spaces as well, bringing educational opportunities and inspirational opportunities both here on the property and in the area.
Sounds wise. Okay, so educational programs, what do you have lined up for that?
So right now, our workshops will be covering propagation. We have a propagation expert coming to help us with our new greenhouse and to teach some classes.
Oh, nice.
John is also going to be teaching workshops on composting, on choosing the right plants for drought-tolerant garden areas. More than anything, we're looking to attract local experts to help really embellish our program for this fall and coming into winter. And we're going to be offering some workshops that aren't specific to gardening, but surround the areas of gardening, like photography in the garden and painting in the garden. So we're growing what we're offering between now and next spring.
I know that you just hosted a big grand reopening, and I hear it was quite the garden party. So are you going to be doing more of that kind of thing too?
We'd love to be having more garden parties with a mission, as it were, bringing together community members, passionate gardeners, people who are just interested in what we're doing here, and helping to inspire them and also generate a sense of community so that we have ambassadors out there. And the fact that this is a public resource and can provide everything from a wonderful place to have a picnic or do a photo shoot with your loved one to being an educational facility.
As a photographer and with your video background, I understand that you have some plans for the future for garden videos with John Albers.
Yes, so I mentioned before that accessibility is one of the areas we need to improve and that we're targeting with our new strategic plan. And the idea is to make sure that people who can't come to these gardens, who live in Oregon or somewhere else, or just don't make it out here, have access to a lot of the educational workshops that we're going to be putting on. So we're going to be creating long content and short content videos with John Albers and other garden experts on different subjects that people will be able to access online.
This is an inspiring garden. You said inspiration, providing inspiration. For you as a photographer, what is your most inspirational part of the garden for taking pictures?
I love that question because it's so hard to answer.
I'm sure.
But I'm going to have to say the Stroll Gallery, which is a garden area that has plants from all over the world. But something that really pulls me into it is it has bursts of colors in spring and summer. The colors that come out of the plants in spring are just so mesmerizing. I can't keep my camera away from it.
Community involvement is one of Vista Gardens' charms. Tell us about how, if somebody wanted to give back, what kinds of activities they could participate here in the garden, and what their experience might be.
Well, we have a wonderful group of volunteers, which we hope to continue growing. And the volunteers do everything from learn to be docents to taking care of the garden itself, pruning, trimming, replanting, and helping with visitors, their arrivals, and guiding them around. So anyone who wants to become part of our community in that way is welcome to go to our website or give us a call and become a volunteer. We also have a board because we're a nonprofit, and we are always looking for people with various expertise to participate on our board. We're hoping that small business owners, community leaders, club leaders will help generate awareness and connection to our community by inviting us to come to them, to bring workshops and lectures to them, or come here and use this facility. We have a library, a botanical library here on the property. And so we want to be a hub for community engagement, individually and with groups.
How can the community get in touch with Vista Gardens?
So it's pretty easy. You can go to vistagardens.org. You can call us on our new 800 number, 844-777-3660.
Thank you so much for reacquainting us to the Vista Garden, and I hope that our Planted viewers will be able to take an opportunity to come out and visit the garden, or maybe in the future be able to watch one of your new videos online, right?
I hope all that will happen. Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Pauline.
Thank you.